After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 495. Oh, I think I got the wrong show notes.
Ew.
No, you know what I did? I just didn't change my date.
Oh, okay.
Today is Monday, March 14th, 2022, as we are recording. My name is Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
And I think that is 495.
I'm checking right now.
What I did was, I got my notes together in a hurry last night, and I changed, I think, all my things, but I forgot to change the date, and I don't know if I changed the episode either. So let me see if
it looks like it's 496.
496, okay, and let me see if it's the right show notes or not. Yes, this is the right show notes.
Okay, you just didn't change the date.
I just didn't change the date or the
episode.
So this is actually 496. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you are new, we're glad to see you. We hope you find something that you like. And if you are returning, we're always glad to see you back. We hope that if you're new or returning and you are in the shadows, that you would consider pressing the little bell and the subscribe button so you get notifications when the podcasts come up. And if you want to take place with all the alongs and camaraderie and all the fun and things like that, all the conversation and things like that, happens at our homepage, and that's phnpodcast.freeforums.net.
And if you want to wear the same thing the cool kids are wearing, the shawl's name is Scrap Shawl by Anastasia Zattel.
Yeah, Scrap Shawl by Anastasia Zattel.
If you want to wear what all the cool kids are wearing. Cool.
Anyway.
I thought this was cute.
It is. It's like thing. Okay. Yeah, so all that information is in the description box below the video. I have 7 projects, but I can only show 6.
I have 4, and then one's in my shop for design, so that's not counted with them.
So is that?
It's 4. I need to take the FO off of here because it's not.
Okay. All right. So I guess I go first. In my Chronically Crocheting's Owl Crocheting mug, I have my tea. I have the Healer blend, which Talia developed for me.
And actually, literally for her.
Yes, because it's one of our characters.
And particularly
and it's mine.
hers.
Yep.
So that's why I can say literally for her.
And this it includes cream, vanilla, chocolate, chai, pu'er. Pu'er?
Pu'er.
Yeah, pu'er.
Because look, it's like it's spelled. Poo-air.
And it's chocolate chips and sprinkles is what
Poo
the
goes
accents
flying
are.
in the air.
Yes. So and it's caffeinated, thank God. I'm really tired. The time change spring ahead always hits me hard. At least it has the last maybe 5 or 10 years.
I've just been tired lately anyway.
And the weather. So it's Healer, and this is one of Talia's blends from Adagio. Yummy. I have chocolate, honey, and sugar in there. And I adjusted it.
See how it works.
I adjusted it. So I had it this way before, but this time I put everything in the basket.
Which will be interesting. Interesting.
It's good.
No.
Sergout.
No.
All right.
Are you going to let me try Sergout?
My tea. It hasn't quite blended all the way yet.
Did you see? You might not have seen it because it was toward the evening one day. Someone said they didn't get to try the Anastasia didn't get to try the tea of the day because they let their daughter take some, and she finished the entire cup.
Oh, gee.
But her daughter liked it.
Mm-hmm. I'd say that was a rousing thumbs up.
Oh, it smells really good.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely needs to mature a little bit for the chocolate.
Yep.
And that usually matures well with time.
Yep, it takes a little bit of time. The
chocolate ones take a little longer.
The thing is having the patience to let it mature.
Right.
It's
Right.
just,
Your chocolate teas, always a little patience.
Yes. There we go.
Okay, so let me do a quick stir. There we go. And I have here, it's a partner tea to that one. Which means if you get them together, there's, I think, 10% off, something like that. This is Physician. I've got White Monkey, Foxtrot, Yerba Mate, Cornflowers, and Marigold flowers. I believe it's, I want to say it's the White Monkey. No, the Foxtrot maybe. One of those two is a chamomile, Egyptian chamomile. The other one's a green tea, and I always mix up which is which. The Mate kind of counteracts the chamomile a little bit.
That's a really good tea. I like it.
And let me take another sip and then let Mom have some. And I don't think I showed the thing.
And the reason hers is in the bag, mine's not, because I got a bunch of containers. Hers are on her way.
Mine are on the way, and this one's too big for a little container anyway. You need to get a big one because chamomile takes a lot of room.
Good. That's very good. This one does mature into flavor very fast.
Yes, it does. Well, chamomile tends to.
The Thief does too. The Thief is fairly quickly.
Yeah, it is.
Thief hits you with a cinnamon punch.
Yeah, usually I like to wait a little bit for that one because I'm not necessarily fond of the cinnamon punch.
Okay. Let's see here. Moving on.
So you have 7?
Yes, but I have to
Fine.
do the alongs.
Okay.
So the first along we're going to look at is the PHN Tea and Tails Cal Cal Lao. And this is our full year along. So that means it started January 1st of 2022 and it goes till midnight going into January 1st of 2023. If you hit that, it's done. Okay. This is has quarters. It's divided into quarters for the prizes. So we're almost done with the first
school year.
Yes, we're almost divided. We're almost done with the first quarter. We have like 2 weeks or 2 weeks and a little bit of this quarter before we have to pull for the 2 prizes. So there are 4 pulls for prizes in this along, of 2 prizes each. Let's see here. Projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips will be allowed, but must be worked on during the along and must reflect the theme. Chatter and pictures are in the same thread. Projects must be tied in some way, shape, or form to tea and or tails. And we're talking about books and books that have a story to them. They can be children's books.
Right.
They can even be plays. They can be narrative poems that have a real story to them. Just as long as they are that kind of, we're not talking about movies, okay? If the movies have a novelization, okay. But, or they started from a novel or something, that's fine. Short stories, if it's got a beginning, middle, and an end, it's finished, okay. If you have any questions about it, you can always ask, all right? We have 1 whip per project per week, the FO whenever it's finished. We have, as I said, prizes, 4 sets of 2 prizes, plus a possible end-of-year prize. That would be a total of 9 prizes. In fact, that's pretty definite because we had a donation. So, let's see here. The FO whenever it's completed. Okay, the featured patterns and the featured yarns. First of all, if you've been with us for any length of time, you know that anything that I have developed, whether it's yarn or pattern, anything that Talia has developed in her patterns, or Laura Concert has developed in her yarns or patterns, those are featured patterns and or yarns. If you complete an FO in the yarn or the pattern, then it's 2 chances at a prize for the FO. But if you have the yarn and the pattern that's featured in an FO, that's 3 chances for a prize, and that is your responsibility to do the multiple postings. It's only for the FO, not for the whips. And we also have, in addition to those stable featured things, mine, Talia, and Laura's, for this along, we have Bakery Bears, KF Jones, Bakery Bears, Mom Cook, she's loom knit, and then we have Joanna Johnson. Okay, those are in addition to mine, Talia's, and Laura's, but the things that you use have to be reflecting the theme of tea and or tails, all right, for the multiple posting. Let's see here. Hashtag PHNT and Tales 2022 on Instagram. Usually Rena gets that started because she's first.
Yeah.
She's really swift, as Davina would say. Let's see here. The first quarter prize, the first one, I haven't pulled the other one yet, you pulled it out, is a pattern from Looney Hiker. It's called the something graveyard field socks
Graveyard
pattern.
Field,
It's a really pretty sock pattern, so we're very grateful for that donation. Thank you,
Yes,
Pat.
thank you.
Okay. All right. The Ready Set Go Cal Lal is almost finished. This is a regular 3-month, normal Cal Lal. Now I can taste the chocolate. This started January 1st, goes to March 31st. 30th, September, April, June. Yes, 31st. March 31st. If you hit April 1st, it's finished. Okay? And this is the along where you start all the things. No previous whips. You have to start it January 1st of 2022 or later. It could have been 1 minute after midnight on January 1st of 2022, but it has to be 2022. So once you started it, then those whips are eligible. But the projects that you're working on to be eligible for prizes in this along must be started no earlier than January 1st, 2022. Okay? And the rules are basically the same. There's no theme, just that you start it at the appropriate time. And the featured patterns and yarns, mine, Talia's, and Laura Concert's. Okay? And Laura Concert is Lollipop Girl Yarns and Laura Concert Designs, I think, for her patterns. I'm
Yeah, I
not
think
sure.
so too.
Okay? Yeah, so that's all I really have to say about that. We will have prizes for this. I believe we'll have 2 prizes for that as well. Hashtag PHN Ready Set Go 2022 on Instagram. Okay. Oh, I know. I forgot to say this. If you have a FO that's 50 yards or less, could you please post it with another FO that's 50 yards or more? Just to make it fair for everybody. Okay? Thank you very much. And that takes care of that. I need tea.
Said all day long. Wow.
I went through it pretty quack.
Pretty quack.
Pretty quack, because now I'm a
Pretty quack.
duck. Yeah, I'm a duck.
Quack.
Oh, yes, I need.
And unfortunately for yourself, you're first, and we didn't turn on the fax, so hopefully no one calls.
I'll get up in a second.
And I don't know if we turn on your blue light either. I just turned on my little light, my white.
I
my
don't
yellow
remember
light.
if I did or not.
We
I'm
probably didn't.
going to get up in just a minute here to turn our fax machine on. Be right back.
Is your blue light on?
No.
I mean, Davina's usually pretty good about turning it on, but we have to have signs, indicated by like lights, certain lights on, so that people know that we're podcasting. Did you turn the fax?
Yes, I did. I want to make sure now, though.
And the fax is make sure we don't get called in the middle.
We have been singularly disorganized today, all day, right from the get-go.
My excuse is I had a migraine.
I'm just tired, so... and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What happened to my pen? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. I have 7, but I have 6 that I can show, so...
But it still counts. Because the
No.
only reason why mine doesn't is under my design.
Yeah, but you said I shouldn't have that. Shouldn't I have that in a different... Okay.
This is like if I was testing for someone else and couldn't show it, it would just be a bag.
Well, I'm going to show that one first.
That works.
Let me
So
see.
what, you show 2... How many times? 'Cause
Well,
I have 4.
I have 7. So
Double check
twice...
the 4. Let me double check
Twice.
the 4.
Twice? Twice.
Was it twice, thrice?
Twice. 1, 2 to your 1. 3, 4 to your 2. And then I'll have 3 left, and you'll have 2 left. So that should be fine. Twice. If I don't, I can pick up another one at the end.
Okay.
So we're going to go on twice. And then if I need to, I can. Okay, the one that I'm going to show first is one I can't really show you. And Ty has to help me fix something because I was doing it, fixed something, fixed it well as far as I knew, and then got lost as where I was, and so I started doing the opposite. So it's in this bag. No, it's not in this bag. It's on the bottom. I should know better because I'm taking it out of order. It's in this bag, and you can't look at it. So, sorry.
The other bag was a lie.
Okay. All right, now.
And I couldn't help you there because I had no idea what bag it was in.
All right, now going back to the first one I want to show you.
Actually, the second one.
Yeah. This is my la 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 la.
Goes around the world.
It goes around the world. This is my comfy cozy shawl pattern from the Scrap Shawl Pattern by Anastasia Zattel, and I really don't need to take it out because this is what it is.
But everyone wants to see the colors because it's different.
This is my plover bird.
And I've tried starting this before, but my hands bothered me when I did, even back then, and I just don't enjoy crochet enough to continue with it.
So here it is.
I make Mom all the sweaters, and she makes me this shawl. That is our arrangement.
For the moment, anyway.
Yes.
So this is...
One can never have too many of these.
No, I love these. And I have to... This is mine, and it's not getting a lot of work because I'm working on the other one. So...
Although this one should be, because you're closer to done with it, should be the one that gets worked on.
I know, but...
You want to work on the other one?
Yeah.
Well, then work on the one you want to.
Because somebody's waiting for it. And
But is it because you feel like working on the colors?
I like the colors. This is Miss Babs' Yowza for the most part, although there is some Malabrigo in here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, people would say, oh, you could finish this. It's quite big enough. No, it is not big enough.
There is no...
It is never big enough.
Exactly.
This is... I want it like this. A big one. So...
you want a big one.
Big one, yes. That's what I was getting at. And Patty thinks we're heathens because we haven't seen the HMS Pinafore.
I've heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of it. I've seen Gilbert and Sullivan stuff.
I'm not even sure if I've seen Gilbert and Sullivan. I've heard of them.
And when I took voice class in college, I sang Gilbert and Sullivan.
I feel... Did they do the Pirates of Penzance?
Maybe?
I used to hear people at school talking about it.
Probably. I don't remember.
I'm probably saying it wrong, too.
But yeah, so that's all. That's this. I didn't work on this except during the podcast last week because I was busy doing what I'll tell you about in shop news. I was busy doing that most of the week when I had time to do stuff. I did try to do some knitting and crocheting, and I did get some done, but...
because at night you're not always... Did my yarn make a trip up here? Okay, no, it just got just between us.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's all I have to say about this, actually.
You've also been knitting more in the evening, haven't you?
Yep.
Come here,
Which is
Shawl.
probably why I've had such a problem with yours. I probably should, I don't know why, I looked at it. Sometimes when I sit there and I have something in front of me on the knitting needles, I can't tell where the front is, even with the tag, because of the way I'm holding it.
I wonder if at night you should just work on crochet.
Maybe. Or a very simple thing, like my,
My thing is very simple.
No, I'm talking about, like, the jelly roll.
Oh, okay. Although you've done short rows on the jelly roll before.
Not on the jelly roll.
Yeah, that was the one we had to tear back. You had to tear back on because you did short rows like 3 times in a row.
It wasn't short rows, something else.
No, it was short rows.
I don't believe you.
It was really weird. You did it like 3 times in a row.
Don't believe you. I don't believe.
Because you had to tear the whole thing out.
No, the reason I tore that out was because...
You had one you tore out because you did 3 short rows.
That was something else. It wasn't the jelly roll.
Okay.
What I did to the jelly roll was I was working her burl wrap at the same time.
Oh, I remember that.
And I was doing the edges wrong, and so it was bunching up the edges because I was doing something different with the edges. And I was like, that's really strange. And when I figured it out, I said, okay, I'm just not going to do the burl wrap till I finish the jelly roll because it's too close.
Right.
And unlike the Surabel and this, where I can figure it out and just do it, I can't do it as well with the knitting.
Right.
So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, so...
My phone buzzing?
I can't tell.
I thought it shook the table.
You don't have it on the table. Oh, yes you do. Okay, so this is Kay's fault, my square blanket. I'm going to have a discussion with this thing because... Okay, now, granted, I don't think it's the blanket's fault entirely. I think the thing I have on my bed as a bed desk, so I can, read and stuff with my desk table. I put a book on there. It tore up my blanket. Now, this was a this yarn didn't have nylon, and when I put it in socks at one point, it tore then too. So it probably, I shouldn't be shocked, but I developed a hole in this. So I have a stitch marker on here so I can, not patch it, darn it. But I'm a little irritated that I do have to darn it because that's annoying. Because I don't feel like darning a blanket, darn it.
Language.
So, didn't get very far in this. This is from my Undead sock. No, wait. Is that? No, this one's Undead Socks. I don't know what this was from. Yarn that someone gave me. I think that might also be Heidi's.
Might be.
But yeah. Just been adding random squares in here and there. But like I said, this one might get put in timeout for a little bit because I'm mad at it. Because I feel petulant, don't want to fix the hole.
Petulant.
So that is that. It's being disciplined right now. I know what I probably should do at some point is look and see if there's some sort of table that doesn't have the sharp edges, like maybe as more of a rounded thing. So
you could always just duct tape the edges.
But if it's duct tape, it's gonna stick to my darn blanket.
Not if you.
I've had bad experiences with things sticking to stuff.
If you duct tape it properly, it's not going to do that. You know, it's just. Why would it do that?
I don't trust it.
You have issues. Your issues have issues.
It's gonna come undone and stick to my stuff and then cause even worse problems.
Such a pessimist.
No, I'm a realist.
Why would it come undone?
Because I've had experiences where it does stuff like that.
Yeah, but what were you using it on?
I don't know.
Probably not a desk that just sits there.
Except that it moves and stuff, you know? Because I fall asleep with it on my lap and it'll fall over and...
Excuses.
It does. I do it all the time.
Well, I don't doubt that. I'm not saying that. Still excuses. Okay, let me put this away.
It's only an excuse when it's not true?
Excuses. I rest my case.
No. Everything I said was fact.
Okay, I warn you, I'm going to be cranky and cantankerous today. Because I feel like it. If I'm going to be tired, she's going to be tired too.
I'm already tired.
That's beside the point. Let me just get a little more tea here.
Matured.
Yes. Oh, it's good. I just have to remember when I have healer to let it sit for a little bit. Okay, my next one is in my Knit for Brains Owls teapot bag given to me by Laura Concert. Thank you, Laura. I didn't work a whole lot on this one either, I don't think. But I did enough. This is the one that's a free pattern and has like 4 or 5 different...
It's really impressive.
It's a very nice pattern. And right now I'm just knitting round and round and round. Let's see if I can get it out here. It's a slate blue colorway. It's a Miss Babs Yowza. And it's always right side out. Unless I do that. And I don't want to do that because then I'll get mixed up. Can't get my thing back together. But see, this is very light. I do here. Look, Taya.
You just got caught on something.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
I don't want to get caught. Fix it.
I hate it when this happens because...
It's hard to fix.
Yes. Did you just say fix it like...
No. I was saying I need to fix it.
Oh, I thought, like when you have a little kid who's
No.
Like the little girl from, oh, It's Wonderful, like, yeah. Daddy, paste it,
yes. No, it wasn't what I was meant, no.
I mean, what you could possibly do that will help is, first of all, if we were to slide it in under here. But, although I think that's part of where it came undone from. You could see it.
It looks like it's about ready to...
Well, you don't want it to snap. But I've had ones, it looks like it just got caught on
something.
And it's annoying when that happens. Be able to pull this down. There we go. That helped a little bit. Do it on the same thing on the other side.
Now, thankfully, I think it'll be hidden.
It will be. And there, all better.
Thank you. No, I wasn't telling you to fix it. I was just saying.
Well, it's been fixed.
But,
your small child impression worked.
That wasn't what I was asking, but thank you very much. Thank you. So, yeah, you can see that she fixed it. It almost looks like a granite color as opposed to a slate, but it's nice. At least on the computer screen.
What's the difference?
Darned if I can tell you.
Because I'm not really good at, like, differentiating differentiating different grays.
This is really pretty, though. I mean, my first thought is just to call it slate blue, and I think that's what the name on the tag is.
I think it is.
But I really like it. I think Miss Babs does a really good job on her grays. I think the problem is I need to have something on this.
Yes, I mean, but that's not what caused the other thing. That just got caught on something.
Oh, it's when it got caught on the needle.
Could have been.
I'm just
Yeah, what I had to use for that, I used 2 of the...
Yeah, I have to do that with the bigger ones. I just don't know if I have 2 available. I know I picked some up, and I don't know what I did with them. I mean, I have a tendency to leave them in a box until I have a chance to go through them. And so, you know. All right, so that's that one.
You should keep them in one place where you know where they're at all.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, too organized for you?
Well, usually I'm pretty organized, but when I'm getting in the midst of doing things, then I just put it wherever I can put it so it's safe, and then I forget where I put it.
Safe and secure.
Safe and secure, yes, which is like the death knell.
You need one more.
Yes, I am. The Mad Hatter cowl from the Cerebell pattern, and this is in my Silver Shed USA green bag. This is one of the first bags I got from Anne. I think you actually bought this for me. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I know that you bought me my first one because you found out you started buying from her before I did.
Yeah.
You bought me the kitties in the news, I think.
Yes, I did. So this is my Mad Hatter cowl, aka stained glass windows, courtesy of Pat.
I said it first.
Well, she's the one I remember.
Well, you disagreed when I said it. Apparently it takes it when Pat says it.
No, I said AKA. She knows it that way, so. Anyway, I don't have to
Because when I said it, you're like, no, Talia, absolutely not.
I will agree to disagree.
It's recorded. It was on the podcast.
I think you are seeing things. Or misremembering things in your brain fog. Gaslight.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you just did. You tried to gaslight me.
So
did you show it or did you just gaslight? Try to gaslight
No,
me?
I showed it a little bit.
Did you show it or just be like, this is it, pulled it out of the bag and started working on it? Which is kind of what you usually do.
I think I showed it.
I don't remember. I was looking down.
See, what are you? You were not paying attention, Drax?
Well, I had
It's getting big.
a stitch I split.
See a bit.
So I had to fix it.
See how big it is? It's, like I said, it's almost longer than my wingspan, maybe even longer. And this is, I probably should finish this up relatively quickly, but I still have a fair amount of yarn, so I want to use a little bit more of it, and then I'll decide if I'm going to leave it as a scarf or as a cowl. And I might do a cowl, even though I do want to have it with my black coat,
Well, it'll work as a cowl with your black coat, too.
Yeah, I think so. And this is Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the Mad Hatter colorway, hence the very creative name of Mad Hatter.
I always love very creative names.
And it says Mad Hatter cowl, so I guess it is a cowl.
Well, I mean, whatever you decide it's going to be is what it'll be.
Yeah.
Is that it for you?
It is.
Okay, so next for me is...
Wait, did I do 2? 1, 2... Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
In my... Vroom, vroom. Someone's running there.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
And their engine
Vroom, zoom,
rather
zoom.
loudly.
Room zoom zoom. This sounds like they need a muffler or something. Or maybe they're just racing the engine.
Revving the engine because young guy saw a girl walk by.
In this weather, it wouldn't make any difference.
True.
Bundled up.
Okay, so in my Silver Shed USA Kitties in the News bag.
Aforementioned.
Yes. And if we're going to read a story, it's going to be a short one today because that's all the effort I feel like putting into it. Weather report from Chili Calico. Meteorologist Chili Calico says it's raining cats and dogs out there, and we all know dogs are bad news.
Not too prejudiced there.
No, not at all. Now he's going to be canceled. He? She?
Yep.
Yeah. Can't tell if that's a he or she with that name. So, did a little bit of work on this. This is my Anne sweater. That's a pattern name. The project name is Lake of Shining Waters, and it comes from the Green Gables Knits by Joanna Johnson. And let's see, how much longer do I have? I still have a decent amount to go. Let me have it against each other.
Such a pretty color.
It is. So I have, 2-3 inches to go?
Closer to 4, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, not terribly far, but with the sport weight yarn on size 5s, and the fact that, this one doesn't always get worked on off of the podcast. Your pen ran away.
You scared it.
You had it on the edge and it jumped.
You hit it with your rhythm stick.
It jumped because it was teetering on the edge. Okay. All its friends jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge.
He didn't follow suit. He's too smart for that.
Well, he did. He jumped off.
He got shoved.
Oh, okay. That's it for this. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Let me finish the stitch. There we go. This should be... I'm going to try, maybe make a concerted effort to finish this, because it's really... Of course, then I'm going to have to just put something else on that's a circle.
Oh, you're going to do another circle, that's for sure.
Well, I have a blanket that I'm working on, and I have another one in the wings with the yarn that Kara
Right,
gave
but you
me.
want to finish the other ice blanket first, though. No? You don't want to finish the other ice blanket first? Okay.
No, you don't want to? I don't know. I'll have to think about it. All right.
It's completely up to you.
I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Okay. My next project is in my Brittany bag, my Brittany country bag, which I absolutely love. I want to taste it again?
I'm just checking to make sure I'm not, yeah, okay.
There we go. Okay, my Brittany bag.
Yeah, it's still a little light for my taste, but it might be because I'm also having it after my chamomile one.
And also, I might have put too much water for the leaves.
Oh,
because
okay.
I put it, maybe I need to make it heaping teaspoons instead of...
Right. Some teas you do need more leaves to water.
Because
That's a very mild tea.
Because I fill it up as far as I can, so maybe I need to put a little more.
You might need to.
Yeah.
You might even find with that one that you need 3. Some teas just need more.
I'll try the heaping teaspoons first, and then I'll try 2.5, and then I'll try 3. Okay, here's my bee wing. This is my jelly roll blanket. I finished one color. I worked on this quite a bit while we're doing date night, I think. I'm really caught in here with all the threads.
Yeah. I usually have to keep my extra skeins in a different bag because that will happen.
Well, this is just the ends.
Yeah.
The ends that I have. Once I figure out that I'm definitely knowing how to pick up the stitches, I'll weave these ends in. But right now, I'm not. So I've gone from... I forget what color this is that I gave Talia. I think it's from the... when I make my Blue Christmas.
Yeah, that's the Venus Christmas
The blue. And then this is Captain America at the top, which is also my color.
And it blended in nicely.
It did blend in very nicely. And I...
Transitioned.
I am... For this, I'm just going to... Grab. I'm not going to... For a while, I was like, oh, let me do a plain, so it kind of eases the... No. No.
All about what you want to work on at the second. That's the beautiful thing about scrap blankets.
It's not even that. It's all about what I pull out of the bag.
Right.
I may even have Davina pull out something. She likes to do that.
Yeah, she does. She used to do that for my miter square.
Yeah, she gets a kick out of that. So we'll see what happens. And I'm getting a little bit of a collection because Talia gives it to me after she's done with her sock and her miter square, and then I get it. And then if I have something left over, I'll give it back to her. And we can just go from there if we need to use it again.
Right.
So, but this works up pretty quickly, even though it's not... What needles I'm using? I'm actually using US 8s.
Although by the time I give it to you, Mom, you're probably going to end up using it up completely in the blanket. Because the Captain America is not a good example of how much I leave for you, because Captain America wasn't used for socks. That was your mitts.
Oh, my mitts. That's right.
So there's quite a bit more left over.
And I'm not doing any specific size, like any number of rows or any number of inches. If I want a square, it'll be a square. If I want a rectangle, it'll be a rectangle. The only thing it might not be is a...
triangle.
No, well, yeah. A little rectangle, just like this big. Yeah. Although it might be. I might put some like that in there if I have a really small section.
Mm-hmm.
I might do something like that because I'm aiming for like a crazy quilt where you have all the different size. I think it's called a crazies quilt, where they have all the different size squares. Just as long as they match up to seam, it doesn't matter how big they are.
Right.
Even if it takes 2 or 3 squares to make blocks or whatever to make the same size. I'm just gonna do it like that, where I can just, if I have a small one, then it might be just something like this.
That's one of the joys of that particular style.
And the thing, I wouldn't do anything, I don't think that's only a couple of rows, like a stripe necessarily, but maybe something like this I would, where it's just kind of, I just wanted to make sure I got that yarn in.
Right.
And
sometimes it's for memory's sake.
Right. And so I hope I can continue with this. I hope I'm able to, master that picking up stitches for a variety of reasons, but I would really want to finish this. It's not the same, for whatever reason, it's not the same as the miter squares. The squares just, I see squares and I get a block. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing you have.
Yeah.
Because there's really no logic to it.
No. I don't know what it is. I just don't want to. And that may change when I learn to pick up stitches better.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But no, I don't think so. Because I can do it with granny squares. I can do the pick up stitches with the crochet.
Well, that's also different.
My point is I don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. It's just like I'll do whatever. Like I must have maybe 24 little crocheted squares. I don't want to do anything with them. And they're not like Talia's when she knitted them and she made a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
These are open, so I can't really do that.
No, you can't. Not unless you had a backing fabric behind it. So you'll see that sometimes with pillows where they'll have whatever fabric behind it, usually like white.
Yeah, or solid of some kind.
Yeah.
But I want to. I don't want to. So, not going to do it.
Okay.
So it takes care of that. Your turn.
Okay. So next for me is I actually think it's this. This one should come before the other one. In my PHN 10-year anniversary bag, my larger one. This project is Canary Sock. The pattern is Comfort Yourself with Your Music. It's by Joanna Johnson. It comes from her Little Women Knits book. I think I actually had the physical one for this.
Mm-hmm. I think she only did the physical for that, didn't she?
No, I think that when you bought me the physical, I think it came with the digital.
Oh, okay.
Oh
yeah, I think it did. So I made sure we got.
Because she usually has everything for them, both.
Mm-hmm.
I know eventually I want to make sure that I have, because I have her platypus, and I need to go back to work on the platypus. I also want to get eventually, I think it's the chipmunk, which is so adorable. And not to mention, I just love her husband's artwork.
Yeah, watercolors.
Yeah, I think that's what she said. It's just so cute. Even though it's meant for children, I have no kids. I still think it's adorable.
Second childhood. I love children's books with really nice
pictures,
paintings and pictures in it. Any kind of book that has the nice.
So there we go. This is in Squash Blossom, and still not quite there where I'm gonna be, saying that I'm ready to work on the sleeves yet.
It's very pretty.
But yeah, I got a little bit of work on it. And this is more. She calls this a shawl sweater.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very loose sweater.
Does it have a shawl collar to it?
I don't remember. Because I haven't looked at the picture for a while.
Right.
But
don't do that.
Sorry. I told you I was tired.
Yes, don't do that.
It's not like a tight-fitting sleeve. Like it sort of just hangs on your shoulders. Like the sleeves are there, but they're not like they are in, like, say...
Well, they're drop sleeves.
Yeah,
probably.
Exactly. It's not usually the kind of sleeve I would choose to wear. But I was thinking more when I was making it as just like kind of like a comfy thing. Because it's actually not usually my sort of style. But I love this color.
Okay. You done?
Yes.
All right. In my Emma Owl bag, This is my Ice Baby blanket. I haven't started the one that's in my bag like this yet. So this is one in my Emma Owl bag. And I did some work on it. The colorway, I think, is the ice colorway. And this yarn has had a few knots in it.
This happens sometimes with the acrylics.
Yeah, it's
Although I've noticed it one of the things with the acrylics I noticed is like just a part of it'll be knotted, but it's
Right.
enough that you have to cut it
so it's
because otherwise it'll be a problem later on.
when I get to this point. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. When I get a little closer, I'm going to cut this.
Yeah,
And
because that's all you can do.
because I don't know how strong it is.
Exactly.
Um,
I'm so sorry, guys.
it looks like they may have tied it here.
Yeah, like maybe they already had a split.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. If
I
can-
would cut it. I would cut it and just then weave in that end because then you know it's secure.
But this has been going for a little while, and it's a worsted weight, heavy worsted, I would think.
I'm sorry, guys.
So yeah, like this. And I haven't had any trouble with this yarn at all until this point, so I think it's a one-shot deal.
Oh, and I mean it happens even with the hand-dyed stuff for the
sure.
other big box places. So
So I'll just, I'll cut this. In fact, I probably shouldn't do any more with this because I'm at the point where I need to adjust for that.
because sometimes you'll see it. I think sometimes it happens like in the process of the yarn, like before the dyer even gets it sometimes, and they don't necessarily catch it.
Yeah, sometimes I will find that I'll dye a yarn and I'll start rescanning it after I dyed it, and it's split.
Right. And I think what happens is because not everyone rescans it. That's where you see, maybe some of them coming out of production, like when people actually buy it,
Right. So that's
because
all
you don't have the chance to catch it later.
Right, and that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, so this is my last one. Let's see.
I'm going to try and ball this up while she's talking so that I don't have it a tangled mess.
So in my other PHN 10-year anniversary bag,
And that's the medium. No,
yes.
yeah, the medium.
Now I have slowed down a bit on my sock production.
What's another one?
Oh, I thought it was the I would cut it then.
Well, not right now, though.
Yeah. But
The other skein was perfect.
it happens sometimes.
I think this one was probably an end or something.
Could be. So I've slowed down my sock production for even though I still have a couple more skeins and heavier weight yarn. Now I'm letting myself work on other things, and I'll start picking up my fingering weight ones again. But I'll still work on this, but I don't feel like I need to have the speed because I feel like my other ones are holding up pretty well.
And you might hear some extraneous noises. Davina's trying very hard not to be noisy, but she's using we have
It's like
a
a
device. It's like a
toothbrush.
big toothbrush. I think we mentioned this before. It's like a huge toothbrush that she uses when she cleans the shower stall, and it has the motor that's commensurate with the size. So sometimes it's a little bit loud.
Now I can't hear it, but I also have earplugs.
I can't hear it right now. I'm just saying if they do hear it.
Yeah. So this is Mom's colorway Flame On, and I call this my torch socks.
It matches your
My shawl, yeah. So I am in the gusset decreases.
That's working out pretty.
Yeah, it is. There's the one side, and then here's
I'll
the.
have to see if I can do that again.
You said this was an older dyeing method. It's kind of similar to the Little Bunny Foo-Foos.
Yeah, I think that is. I have to go check my notes if I still have it, because that's pretty. It's very
Yes.
autumnal.
Yes. This leg ended up being a little bit longer because I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't feel like going back a row or two, so I didn't.
It's a pair of socks.
I made a note of how far I went, and then I'll, make the same mistake in the second sock.
Oh, you will. You haven't done the second sock
No,
yet.
this is the first.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
have enough
my
yarn?
production is a little.
We have enough yarn.
Oh yeah, it's like a quarter of an inch.
Oh, okay.
You see how much yarn I give you too.
Yep.
Like a quarter of an inch isn't gonna make a difference.
Okay, so this yarn ended up with 2 knots in it, but the other skein was perfect. So I think that this was just a little bit of an end or something, and I'll fix it later.
Interrupt us.
Interrupt us. Yes, I wanted to make sure I got that in.
So yeah.
I interrupted who? You have a mouse in your pocket?
Well, I was using like I was pretending it was.
I know. I'm just being a brat.
Oh, this was a free. I don't think she intended it as a progress keeper, but
So,
my spoon.
oh, where is that from your
That's from a person who did my splints.
Why would she give you that?
I don't know. It was attached to the package.
It's cute. Spoons.
Yeah, I know why she got the spoon. I'm just not sure what else you would use this for than a progress keeper.
It could be a zip. Yeah.
I guess, like, I don't know what else people use these for, but we use them for progress keepers. So there's
Yeah.
my spoon.
You could use it for a zipper pull.
I guess so. I guess because I'm so much in the knitting community, I'm like, what else would that even be used for?
Yeah, I generally say either a progress keeper or a zipper pull because, like, see, like this one here, I would.
That
put-
one could use something
Yeah.
like that. I'm really sorry, guys.
Boy, they're gonna think that you don't enjoy what you're doing.
No, I think this is post migraine. You sometimes get under residual fatigue.
Your physician is failing you.
Well, I didn't. It's not really intended to be like a pick me up. And I'm out of tea.
Oh, I do have one more. Okay. In my blue Universal Studios bag, this is the Virtual Hugs shawl from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Zattel. So again, this is what it looks like, only not.
Different colors.
Different colors. And I did some work on this as well, as you'll be able to tell in just a minute here.
And it's very different than what you have done previously,
Yeah, it is.
tone-wise.
So I hope the person likes this.
It's very springy.
Yeah. And that may change. I don't know. I like it.
Sorry.
I think the next color, I don't know if I'm going to go back to this color, to the first color, or I'm going to, this one, I don't know, maybe this one as too variegated. I don't know, we'll see. I really needed to put numbers on these, and I thought I had, but, oh, I think maybe I'll go with this one. That's the same one. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It'll get done, and it will look pretty, I hope. So I really wanted to use this yarn because I had no idea what I was going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where I got it from even. It looks like one of Heidi's.
No, it doesn't to me.
But
it's
it
not
did-
her tones.
She's done stuff like that. This could be Marigold Jen
It
as
just
well.
doesn't look like Heidi's.
It doesn't feel like Heidi's, but
It just doesn't have that. I don't know. It's not a color she would normally do.
And I don't have the ball band for this. I don't know why I don't have the ball band for this, but I don't. I thought I stuck it in the center there, but I guess not.
Case of the disappearing ball band.
Here's the disappearing ball band. I might, because I have a fair amount of this pink, I might, purple pink, whatever this is. Well, this is not exactly this color up here, so I'll put this
No, it
down
isn't.
here. And then I can use another color. This is fun because I've got a lot of purples and greens, and I think the person that I'm making this for likes that kind of colors.
She knows you're making it for her.
But she might not want me to have everybody know on the whole
Oh,
face of the planet.
Okay, well, I totally tattled when I was making my thing for her.
Well,
Good.
I vacillate. I guess the reason that I, and this will give it away totally, that I did was because last time she showed my sweater, she didn't mention my name. She said the person I'm making it for.
Eh.
So I just like, okay.
We always shout her out anyway.
Yeah,
so.
we do. She's kind of like, she doesn't get mentioned. There's kind of something wrong somewhere. But yeah, so this is, I'm enjoying this. I don't know what this colorway is. This one I got when our local yarn shop closed before Laura bought it, before Laura Gavis bought
Yeah,
it.
different one.
And so I had picked up a couple of skeins of this just so I got something from the shop. And I didn't know what I was going to do with it because purple's not really my color. And it was the only color they had that I wanted.
Right.
So I picked up that. And like I said, it's not that I don't like working with purple. I do like working with purple. I just don't wear it.
Right.
So, you know, purple's fun to dye up and it's fun to work with. But wearing it, not so much.
And even, you know, if I did wear it, it'd be a rich purple.
For me, it would be a jewel tone.
Yeah.
You know, a royal purple.
Exactly.
Or something, just something really kind of, what Davina calls somber or boring. I call it a deep jewel tone, kind of that rich,
Right.
you know,
Royal.
royal, just jewel tone type.
Not that I wear it. I don't know why I don't wear it. I used to wear it a fair amount in high school.
Well, your room is purple. Because
It's lavender.
it's still purple. You wanted purple. And we weren't going to give you a bright purple. It was...
It's a good thing you didn't, because now it does work my red curtain still. Because there's kind of a purple undertone to the red.
Your curtains are burgundy, not red.
That's what I'm going to say. There's a kind of... And, I mean, you can't tell now that I have Davina's big red... No, her blanket's on the very bottom. Your blanket, the big ginormous one that I took to school. Because you had that little period of time where you're having, like, things would turn out, like, weird sized, like, super duper long. You had no idea what was happening.
Strange.
I mean, it worked. I carried that thing everywhere as, like, a picnic blanket and stuff. It was perfect.
Got baptized by burning.
Oh, yeah, I burned it. Burned it because my bed was next to the heater.
You were lucky that was not a wool, because it probably would have caught fire.
Yeah, because acrylic just,
Smells.
Yeah.
That poor blanket went through all kinds of...
Oh, yeah. It went to college. It learned stuff.
Learned not to get next to the heater.
Well, it wasn't very smart at that point. Had to learn stuff.
Yeah.
It was a freshman.
Okay, so, yeah, that's what I have to say about this.
We don't have any FOs. Graphic novel?
No.
Okay. Then that leads into shop news. So... Mine is a bag I can only show and wave at you. If I can get it out. Sorry, it's stuck.
Stuck.
And I don't have the upper arm straight, so I just pull it out easily. Okay, so in this bag that Laura Crocheting Hoovie gave me is a design in progress.
I have to ask her Laura, did you find the picture that you asked me about? Because I don't know if she saw my response or not. She's making something for us for Davina. So I need to ask her more information, like about how much the bag is going to cost and all that.
Your shop news. Because that was my shop news, was waving stuff at people.
My shop news, haven't done any dyeing of yarn, but
we had water issues last week, so that wasn't going to happen.
We couldn't clean the bath. We could barely use the toilet. We had to fill the tank, but we'll talk about that later. Some of you already have your kits. All of the kits are up in the shop, all of them. I think I have 4 more that haven't been picked up. They're in the shop.
You haven't even been able to dye our skeins.
No, I've been just the Kara and Emma. I'm hoping to get yours. I got your order going into Sunday, and I don't do shop stuff on Sunday. So I'm going to try to pack it today and send it off tomorrow. If I don't send it off tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday. Okay? So I got you guys. Thank you. I got your order. It will go out by Wednesday tops, as far as I can tell, unless something happens. Nancy, Stephanie, and there's 2 others. Crystal, and one other person. I can't remember who it was. Thank you, all of you. Mm-hmm. You guys are in the shop. You just haven't picked it up yet. Okay, right. I can't send it to you till you pick it up. Okay. So that they're all out there. You guys have been very patient waiting for me. I hope you enjoy what's in the kit. And once you all get it, I have to do something so I can tell you what I'm kind of excited about. Something little. But I have to make sure that you all have your kits before I can do it. So thank you very much for that. And once that's all done, I'm hoping to dye up yarn. But we do have, and we'll talk about that later, about why things will be a little difficult to get a momentum going because of all the things that are going on. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, yeah, that's my shop news. I hope to be dyeing yarn again in the near future.
Okay, so then stash enhancements.
You have the stash enhancements.
Okay, and we have a shared stash enhancement. Mm-hmm. Because one of the Adagio people was giving people his blends that he made. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. He never puts his... Thankfully, mine has... I got the chocolate coconut, I think. I'm pretty sure I got chocolate coconut.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because the other one... Oh, he did put the other one on here. This one is almond cinnamon biscuits.
That's the one I got. I got.
So...
Biscotti. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. It does say biscotti. I just couldn't read it very well. Yeah. So this one's yours. I have chocolate Oh, it smells like almonds.
Ooh.
It smells like that candy.
Oh wow. This smells like biscotti.
This smells like candy, like the one candy, or like a macaron.
Oh, you mean like Mounds?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you fresh open a Mounds and you're like,
this smells like biscotti, almond biscotti. That's the chocolate.
I really want to have some of this.
I want to try this. Mm. And the guy who gave this to me was very sweet. He contacted me because he had gifted me something else because I had gone through and was very excited about all his different chais and things like that. So he gave me something. He wrote back to me when he started giving everybody else. He said, I realized I gave you my friend's blend, and I want to give you one of mine, like everybody else. I'm like, well, you don't have to do that. He said, no, he wanted to. And then we had the whole rigmarole. He couldn't find my wish list. He could see it, but when he wanted to access it, Adagio was doing something weird and he couldn't. So he was very patient, went patient with me, and so we finally hit upon the plan if he could send it to Talia. I had to put it on her list. Talia had to put it on her list, and then he sent it to me. So he was really sweet. I mean, not only did he give me 2 of them, but he had to go through him and his friend had to go through all the problems of, how to get it to me. So I was very appreciative of that. It was very sweet of them. What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure. Oh, it was free. I was like, I didn't purchase both of these. Golden flower. I didn't. Maybe it was one of my cards because I don't remember getting this.
Mm-hmm.
Either I don't know how it ended up on there because it's golden flower sample and it says $0. So I don't remember how this got on there.
Right.
I have no idea. But this was the one I actually picked up so we can get our order. Because we couldn't get the gift until we ordered something. So I ordered one of the lower things on my list. It's Summer Rose.
And lower priced.
Lower priced,
mm-hmm.
yeah. Because I really wanted to pick up the green Dragon Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more expensive. So I was good and only picked up this one. It was the lowest priced one on my wish list.
And I'm on a moratorium for buying at Adagio.
Oh, I need to make you an invoice.
Unless I need it because I ran out of it. The caveat is I don't buy things on Sunday unless they're going to go away. But a solemnity, which is it's like a special feast day, it kind of negates the rest of Lent. So this Saturday I can pick up some of the stuff I need because I got 2 gifts from people, and in order to get gifts, you have to buy something.
Right.
So I have a couple things in my cart for the solemnity, which is Saturday, St. Joseph.
And there's supposed to be it says shipping soon for your special cookies. I had to pick up stuff because I finally hit on what the perfect blend was for my nasty tasting green tea to help with the congestion. Because I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm a lot less congested than I have been for a long time. I'm always going to have a little bit of congestion. But I feel like I don't sound quite as congested.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a nice mixture for the nasty green tea. I mixed it with peppermint and rose petals. And just add a little bit of lemon. I have a couple of teaspoons of honey, and then I have to have you have to give it a fair amount of sugar between the sugar and the honey because it just doesn't hold up well otherwise. It's one of my more expensive ones that I have in the morning because I have more sugar / honey than I do.
It needs sweetener. I mean,
it needs it.
It's a medicine. Okay.
It is, and that you're trying to make your medicine taste good.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Not just a spoonful. It needs a lot more than
her spoonful was more like a tablespoon.
True. But, yeah, so I have that coming in. I needed a container so I can shake it together so I'm not just constantly going, okay, 3 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon, or not 3 tablespoons, 3 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, then shaking up. I mean, in 2 days I need to mix it all over again. So I have a big container so then I could mix it for a decent amount at a time instead of just...
And I use a big container like that for my sugar.
Well, and I had a couple other teas I use a lot that needed... And I'm filling out my tins because I am... With all the bags of the ones I consistently get, I'm running out of space. So, not because I have so many, but because they don't stack.
Right. And Talia and I are becoming more aware of what we actually like.
Yes.
So we're getting specific. We have tins. Like I have one more tin coming, a small one, like this one, holds 4 ounces of tea, unless it's Physician, which it only holds like 2.5.
Right, that one's going to be in a bigger one because
Yeah.
it really can't fit in the small thing.
And I don't have a place for another big one, so I'm just, that's the one that I have to have. Like, I've got part of it in the bag and part of it in the can. But we're finding out what we actually really like, and we're putting the stuff that we are consistent with in tins, and then
The other ones are
The
like,
other ones-
I just want to have a little bit.
yeah, we have samples on. So
But like the ones in tins tend to be comfort teas.
well,
Or
they're
like-
go-tos.
Go-tos. And even though I don't drink Healer as much, I'll have to decide if that goes in a tin or if I'll put something else I drink more in a tin. I'll have to see.
You're gonna break up the set.
Now, I don't want to break up the set, you're right. But, yeah, so, that was a roundabout way of saying that for the Solemnity Mom wanted to have some special cookies, so I put that on my order. They're tea cookies, vanilla chai. I can't have them, but I wouldn't want them anyway because they're chai.
Yeah, on my list I have coming in I'm going to get the honey rooibos. The other ones, I'm not really big on berry stuff, and then the matcha and all that kind of stuff, I don't really want that either.
Well, I'm excited because of the amount of things I had to get, and then plus your stuff, I'm able to get a free bag of Irish Stout.
Right.
Which is-
Oh, you
I've
were able
been-
to get it?
Yes. I really wanted to get it, so I'm really glad that between what you wanted and what I wanted, we were able to push me over because I was so close.
Did I add a stitch here?
Hang on,
Can
let
I-
me see.
it
It looks like you did
It
something.
looked like I had a yarn over where I didn't need one.
Let me see. Oopsie. It looks like you split a stitch.
Oh, maybe that's what I did, and that's why it was an extra one.
There you go. That's what you split and then you cut. Yeah, it was what you did, but yeah, there you go. You're good now.
Okay.
Magic.
I guess. I know I need to learn to do this by myself, but sometimes...
Yes, because Laura's looking at you like, why do you keep... And then she's probably like, stop helping her.
The problem is that it doesn't matter if I have my glasses or not, I can't see it.
It's like you have trouble with the actual understanding the construction of it. It's not like you can't physically see it.
Yep.
It's like it doesn't click in your brain.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing on your test, because I can't find the part of the stitch that I need to consistently.
Well, what the Knit Fix book, I believe, has a really good picture that actually makes it very clear with the construction of the stitches, and that might help you.
Okay, I'll have to get that book out, because I have it.
Yeah, because you have it there. I was looking at it,
Yeah.
so. And I feel like that had some really helpful pictures to make a little bit more clear to you. This is what you're looking at.
Right. And I have, even though I'm much more conversant in the knit crochet, sometimes I have trouble with that. Especially like if I'm counting or something, it's just difficult unless it's a certain kind of stitch to count.
Well, not everyone's brain works the same way,
Yeah.
and it's like there's a difficulty translating. But you don't have that same difficulty with color.
Color. Nuance.
Mine smells so good. I don't want to crack it up because I don't want to lose any of it.
It's closed again.
And I'm hoping I can give him I can't review it, but
I will not fudge it, because that's not right, but I am inclined to go higher than I would, because...
not that either of us can review it. He gave it to us.
That's right. How are we... I guess we'll have to review it on the chat to let him
We'll
know.
have to let him know.
Yeah.
Because that's something that it's him giving it to us. It only leaves him an ability to review it. We
Right.
can't.
Right. I wish there was a way, and I tried asking if there was a way to gift people on Adagio who don't have something on their wish list.
Right.
And it said, let's say something like, you can email us if you have any other questions. Did we answer your question? I'm like, well, not really.
No,
But-
and I have emailed them before, and they get back to you pretty quickly. How did I get on my shirt?
Well, they're like Plum Deluxe. They're very good customer service.
Yes.
Very good.
It's like I dropped something on myself. And with black, it's like shows.
What's next?
Next
Do you have
is
any more?
no stash enhancements.
Enhancements, yeah.
So that leads us on to, well, for you, books. I don't have any book stuff because that's a different channel for me. That is Talia Nerds Out. That's my booktube. My last video was a bit long. I'll try to cut them down in the future. I got excited.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's the whole reason we don't do it here, because instead of being an hour and maybe 20 minutes tops, we were getting toward 2.5 hours.
Well, I think my mistake was that I went through everything that was in my deep, like that I wasn't even actively reading at that point. So that can go away. I should just cover what I'm currently reading, what's, adjacent, and then spin my wheel to choose what's going to be next in each of the categories. So,
well, for me, I'm not doing a whole lot of reading. I'm doing the Hollow, which I'm doing with, Hosanna.
Yes, Hosanna.
That I'm doing with Talia for Bible study. And I'm reading The Four Last Things by Blessed James Alberione for Lent. I haven't been doing a lot of like fiction reading. Most of my reading has been religious at this point because I do it when I'm on the treadmill, and I have a set amount of time. And I picked up some challenges on Hallow, the app for Hallow, 40-day challenge and Bible in a year and that kind of stuff. So my reading time is severely limited.
And for me, even though I'm not going to go into this really a lot right now, is I've been gravitating towards the Golden Age mysteries because for whatever reason I find them very relaxing. I don't have to have a lot of brain power to read them. Well, that's what they're meant for. They were meant to be cozy, nice reading. So I have someone I follow on BookTube who's really into the Golden Age mystery. So she'll mention someone and I'll write the name down.
Right. And then she'll give it to me.
Yes. Well, you can see my list on Amazon. It's all the Golden.
Because I actually started out with mysteries. My father got me involved with fantasies. I never really got into it until I was an adult, fantasies. Even though I write fantasies, I tend to gravitate toward reading mysteries.
Same here. But you started me early with the mysteries, with Nancy Drew.
Well, I started early with them.
Hardy Boys. Yeah. That's probably why we started, because you started us with... Because I think we were reading your old Nancy Drews. Or was it your sister's?
Your Aunt Carmen has my Nancy Drews, or had them.
Yeah, because we were reading them. Ours were old.
Well, I probably got them secondhand.
Yeah, they had nice old kind of feel covers.
Yeah, I don't like the newer covers. They're too modern. I love the old ones, the old clock and everything with the old pictures and everything like that.
Yeah.
The Hardy Boys.
I didn't like it when they were shiny.
And I don't like...
The newer written ones.
I don't like the newer written ones.
They weren't done by Carolyn Keene. Whatever the actual... actually, it wasn't an actual one person. Apparently, it was like a group of people.
Well, I know... Well, that's not what I heard. Frank Dixon, I think his name is, and Carolyn Keene, the Hardy Boys, and...
Because I looked it up.
Carolyn Keene and Dixon. Frank Dixon, I think his name was.
It's the same... Sorry.
Did the same... They were the same person, and they did the Hardy Boys and the Nancy Drew.
They were the same group of people. Apparently, it's not one person.
I never heard that it was
I looked it up.
I just never heard that.
Because I was trying to prove that it was... I couldn't figure out which it was, if it was Carolyn Keene or
I'd never
Frank
heard...
Dixon.
And it could be Dixon. It could be, but I don't think so. I started out with...
Because I looked it up because I was trying to figure out who it was.
I started out with Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, Encyclopedia Brown. What else?
Now, I think I got into Trixie Belden and the Boxcar Children on my own.
And then there was Beverly Gray. I only found two
read
books.
one of hers.
I found two of her books, and I never found any others.
I voraciously read the Boxcar Children. I read one or two of the Bobbsey Twins.
Boxcar Children and Bobbsey Twins I never got into. I think they were too young.
Well, Boxcar Children definitely was on the younger end. But that was like an early... That was... Even though I had Nancy Drew earlier, I think I transitioned into Nancy Drew. You got to remember, when I started reading mysteries, we were in England, so I was younger than 10.
Well, I was young when I did mine. I was quite young when I started reading Nancy Drew and all that.
And I was still reading Nancy Drew, but I think at that point I was getting more out of Boxcar Children because it was more at the level that I was. Even though I think I probably was reading a little bit above my level. And that's not to sound arrogant. I think...
No, I did that as well. It's just... I'm sure I read some of the... one or two of the... Boxcar
Children have been around forever. Apparently. But they might have been something that you saw much of. I think I ran into them because
I did a lot of reading, especially with your grandmother when we went to the library like every week or something like that when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, and she would make us get out like a biography, and we got a fun book out, but we had to have like a biography. I can still remember getting one on JFK. That she would.
I don't remember you setting any rules for what we could get out.
Well, that's because I was homeschooling and I already knew what you were reading. I didn't have to set any rules because it was all built in. And then I went and I branched off of that. I mean, Davina, she kept rhapsodizing about the 60s, and I made her do a report so she could see.
It didn't sink in.
It didn't, but it was. But I wanted her to see that, I wanted her to get the true picture of it, and she saw the true picture, but it went one ear, not the other.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's kind of off the beaten track. Okay, what's next?
So what's next? Oh, I did work a little bit on the shared story.
Yay! And we've done some brainstorms.
It was partially because she whined at me when I was going to go and record a booktube because I wasn't writing.
It's been over a year. I've never kept one over a year.
It's a lot harder to write than it is to read.
It is.
Because
and honestly,
reading's actually, even though it can be active, it's more passive than writing, especially since I have a couple characters who have very definite speech patterns. And if I'm tired, I can mess up their speech patterns. They have very definite feels, and it's very easy to get them wrong. If I'm tired, I can't do
all
them.
of our characters have very definite feel. The ones that I have definite speech patterns, I'm not writing right now because we left.
Well, I think the one you're doing right now almost speaks in your voice.
Which one?
Your main one that you...
Almost. She almost does, yeah.
Whereas mine very much don't have my voice. Well, my one character does.
Yeah, he does.
But
I have some that are quite different.
I mean, he does as much as a male can have my voice. He's going to be a little different because
his feel is similar.
But everyone else, like most of my characters, are not like me, so I had to get in their brain space. And if I'm tired, I can't do it. Especially the one who has really definite speach patterns.
You have two of them that have really
true.
You have two of them that have really different, and the one of them has got the added bonus of being young.
Yes, and if I get it wrong, it's not gonna. So I have to be really not brain fogged to write.
And right now I don't have any that require that because I left them all in that one area.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I won't pick them up again. The ones that are hard for me that I have to think about are the ones that are so alien to the way I act, and
like the villains.
Yeah, the villain that she. I really have to kind of think about. But anyway.
Well, I have one character that sometimes he makes me so mad I have to step away from him.
But he's not a villain.
No, he's not. He's just an irritating jerkhead.
Well, one of my characters would beg to differ about. But anyway.
Anywho. That leads us on to personal stuff, does it not, after thank yous?
Personal. Yeah, if you don't want to be in here for personal stuff, I should say the thank yous to the people who have commented on YouTube and or PHN. I didn't see anybody comment on PHN this time, but YouTube, I went back and I responded to everybody, and Ty responded to everybody. If I don't
No, I don't think I did this time because I felt very poorly this week.
Well, I looked at them all. They were all responded to.
Did I? I don't remember responding. Okay.
Because I didn't respond until after you did.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the week before that. Well, I must have done it in between not feeling well.
Yeah, and some of them I think were just like smiley things.
Okay. I do try to at least do a heart or something like that if I can't do anything else.
So I want to thank Looney Hiker, Wendy Macgyver, she knows who she is, Joan, Andy Bunn, Wombat of Doom 53, and Meditative Crafter. Meditative Crafter, I think I answered your question. I have tried. I think it was.
You did respond.
Okay, I have tried mosaic crochet. I put it aside for a little while, and then by the time I got back to it, I kind of lost the desire to do it at that point. Doesn't mean I won't go back to it because I like mosaic.
And you also bought special books for it.
Yeah,
that were hard to get.
Yep. So I will probably be going back to mosaic crochet and mosaic knitting. I haven't finished my bookmark yet, but I like it. I have a blanket of ties that I'm working on the mosaic
and dishcloths.
I must have lost my.
I designed all these mosaic things. Oh, Mom loves mosaic, and she hasn't finished any of my mosaic patterns. It's like,
but I haven't even done the mosaic pattern that I started with yet.
She doesn't love me, even though I designed things specifically with her in mind. I designed her an owl
The
dishcloth.
problem is I don't like working it in cotton. I don't like, the cotton doesn't stretch enough for me.
I feel the Knit Picks one is pretty good.
Well, maybe I'll try it again in the Dishy.
Because that's what I make mine out of.
Because I want to make the owl ones. I want, especially the owl ones. I love them.
Because you whined at me because there was no owl, so I made you an owl, and you're just like, okay.
I never whine. Don't. I can't help if she has a guilty conscience that she hears whining.
It's true whining. There's like little violins playing in the background and everything.
No. Okay, so we thank everybody who commented, and if I missed you, please don't think we don't appreciate your comments. We do, and we are very grateful for you. And feel free to comment. Now we're going to say goodbye to those who don't want to hear personal stuff. We'll give you a few seconds to get turn off your screen or leave us, and we'll get on with personal stuff.
Indeed. Let's see. Sorry, I got somehow off pattern. Like, I don't know how this happened.
We're paying attention. Okay, I think they're probably gone by this point.
Probably. Okay, there we go. Fixed.
I was saying I already mentioned in the shop news why I wasn't doing as much. I couldn't get as much done, but also why I can't guarantee that I'll be doing a lot of dyeing of yarn and stuff in the next week or two. We've got a lot of appointments.
Yeah, we do.
Taya's got an appointment.
I thought it was this week, but it's next week.
Yeah, I thought so. This coming week, not this week now, the week after, we've got 2 hair appointments and a doctor's appointment. And the week after that, Taya has got her
dental appointment, depending on whether or not I can get a hold of my neurosurgeon to get an antibiotic.
And we also have, I have a rheumatology coming up in April.
But I have also that same week as the dentist appointment, an MRI, and seeing my neurosurgeon the same day.
Yeah, we already said that.
Oh, no, I mentioned dentist.
But I mentioned the neurosurgeon. Anyway, so we have a bunch of appointments coming up. So I will try to get the yarn dyed up. I really want to get some new things into the shop. I'll start probably with older colorways, but I have a few that I want to put in the shop that are new if I can decide how I'm going to do them. And I'd like to put How Green Is My Valley back in there, and a couple.
I don't remember that colorway.
I only put it in once.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't remember.
It's a really pretty green.
You need to put the Huntsman.
Oh,
Master
of the Hunt.
Yeah, Master of the Hunt. The one I'm doing the dime. I need to start working on those again because I'm on the second sock.
That's really close to my Don't Be Hasty.
It's really pretty. I don't think that's very.
It's if I remember correctly, it's a brighter color.
It might be.
And so it's not like this, but it's kind of between that.
It's close to that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping to get in colors that some older colors and maybe some newer ones, some that are more springy, summery, but it's just a matter of finding a block of time.
Right.
So I can do it, because in the morning we're usually really packed.
We're usually rushing.
We're always it's like this house between 5 o'clock in the morning and noon is chaotic.
It is.
It's just, and you say, well, don't have your tea with Taya. No.
Not that time in the morning either.
That's not happening. Okay. No, I need that time. So
yes, I found out she doesn't like that suggestion.
I'll do it if I really have to do something, like if I have orders to get out.
Usually you do it while you're getting stuff ready.
You all right? Go.
Okay.
I will not. I will think about not having tea time if I have to get orders out, or if I have to do Davina's SSA paperwork. I have to do that yesterday. So I'm going to try to get that done today in the afternoon, but it's a little bit time consuming, and I don't want to have to skip my tea tomorrow, but I may have to bite the bullet and do it. But no, I don't want to. I'm trying to think what else we had to tell you about. Oh, one of the reasons we couldn't do anything this past week in terms of dyeing yarn or cleaning up the kitchen or cleaning up the bathroom was because they were doing road work and we had no water, or sporadically had water. We had to dump water, bottled water, mind you, into the tank of the toilet to be able to flush the toilet because we had no water. And so that was interesting, but needless to say, I could not dye yarn. And Davina couldn't do the bathroom, and I couldn't do the kitchen, and it was interesting.
It was very interesting.
Yeah. So we now have bottled water, and of course now they're working on the road, and the water is just fine.
Of course, because we got the bottled water.
Because we had the bottled water, but happy. We're safe. Better safe than sorry.
But it wasn't working at the time.
It wasn't. We had to.
And we weren't sure that we would be able to use the toilets.
Yeah, and we needed to be able to use the toilets, and we needed to keep hydrated because both Ty and I have to keep hydrated. So, yeah.
I also wanted to show, although you might have noticed already, my hand accoutrement. I know eventually I might have to get the ones that are, right now they're not hurting though. I'll just have to try and make sure I don't hyperextend them. I kind of feel like having the ones up here do help me from automatic. I mean, I'm hyperextending a little bit.
Okay, take a breath. You're breathing hard.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I do hyperextend a little bit anyway, but I need to just try not to actively try not to do it, because otherwise I'll have to do the ones down here. And they say if you put it on the trigger finger, it prevents all of them from doing it.
I thought this was your trigger finger.
Well, they said the middle finger.
Yeah, I don't think the middle finger is your trigger.
But they
finger.
called it your trigger.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, because if you do a gun, it's this one.
Yeah, you think that this would be.
Yeah.
But she showed it on here.
Huh? Maybe it's just called that.
I don't know. But the thumb ones look like this, and this is actually the one that I truly needed on because I really hyperextend.
Don't do that. I really don't want you to dislocate it, okay?
This one isn't the one that actually hurts, so this is the one that ends up hurting. Even though I can't go as far in with that one. But I did want to show, I ended up not doing all of them at the same time. If I need the top ones, I'll wear them on my fingers, but it was like I was wearing metal gloves. I just want to show it on one of them. Left middle finger. That's the one we'll show. So, this was on all the fingers, and it looked like that. So, it was very difficult to do things like open cans and do anything. Also, it was connected by a hinge, which honestly, if I wear them, I'm not going to connect it by. I think my fingers are too long. So it was hurting every time. I could do this a little bit better. But my fingers are too long to have a hinge. I don't think she intended them for people with freaky long hands. So, I have these if I need them, but for every day, I can knit with these on. Every once in a while, my yarn will get caught in this here. It's almost like a, you know those yarn guides? So it's almost like it ends up being like a yarn guide. But otherwise, Davina says it looks like Cleopatra. If I had gotten the one that deals with the joint down here, and for a while I was having pain down here, but it was radiating, then it would have really looked like Cleopatra, because it then comes down even further and you have to have it attached by a chain, and she would have thought that was even cooler looking. But I'm missing with the finger things. I don't look anymore like I'm about to do the, what was it? Was it in Stargate where they had the thing on the finger?
Oh,
on
right.
the hand. They had every finger covered. It was like tipped. And it had that big orb on the hand where you could, like, shoot something at somebody.
Sounds like Tony Stark.
Well, yeah, but except that Tony's actually is an actual glove. Theirs looked like a piece of jewelry on the hand.
I don't remember that. I have to go back and look.
Sam could use it. She was also able to use it to heal, but that's because she had a Tok'ra versus a Goa'uld. I mean, maybe Goa'uld could too, but they didn't have any desire to heal.
Right.
But yeah, she could use it because she had the Tok'ra. But I don't think any of the rest could use it, not even Teal'c.
I'm surprised Daniel couldn't.
Daniel never was a host.
Yeah. Jack was, though.
Jack was made a Jaffa. That's different. He never was a host. Because Teal can't use him either.
I wonder if Sam's father can do it.
I bet he can, because he's actually currently a Tok'ra. Just like... No, Braytak's not. Braytak's Jaffa. I like Braytak.
I like Braytak.
I like having Braytak in... what was Dad's name?
What?
The dad... I know Selmak was the Tok'ra. What was his name? It was...
I don't remember. I can see him.
I can see him in my head.
Yeah.
I know his last name is Carter, because he's Carter's dad. And he was a general.
I don't know if they ever mentioned his first name.
I feel like they... Wait, I had it and left. It began with a J.
There's John, James,
No. It was something...
Jason, Joseph,
No, it was something...
Jordan.
Not Josh. I'm going to write General Carter. It's an SG1, because it's going to bother me. General... I'm pretty sure he's a General. Carter.
Yeah, he was.
SG1. Huh. Someone must have searched that recently. Jacob.
Jacob, that's
Jacob.
Right,
I knew it was biblical. I was like, it's biblical and it's a J. Because on the one Stargate SG1 fanfiction that was like a big old thing that I wrote based on a dream, I had to have Jacob and Braytak in it because I loved them. Never
Right.
finished the thing, but
Yeah.
loved them. They only had like 2 or 3 episodes together.
Yeah, they were good.
They were good. Nice side characters.
I enjoyed the character, not the one played by Q, the other one who became a ruler or something. He turned out good.
Oh, you're talking
He turned out good.
Not Simmons.
No, Simmons was Q.
Simmons was Q. Mayborn.
Mayborn. Yeah. Mayborn.
Because they did a huge character arc
He
for
was
him.
good, yeah.
Because he was nasty in the beginning. And then he had that one Black Ops episode with Jack. And you started seeing his arc. You know, actually it was more like this arc. Because he started down here and then he went up. But he was never as bad as Simmons.
No, Simmons was a piece of work. I mean, he makes...
Does Q ever play a good guy?
Q is not a bad guy.
No, you're
Q
right.
is a spoiled child.
He is a spoiled child.
And that's why he goes after Picard all the time.
Because he needs an adult figure in
needs
his
an
life. Well, I think he thinks of Picard like his pet.
Well, Picard and to a lesser extent... Riker. Yeah.
They're like his pets.
Yep.
Like...
And heaven
the
forbid...
Q don't want him to have a pet because he's not responsible.
Right. I mean, heaven forbid anybody bothers the Enterprise except Q.
Oh, no, because
That's, he's his torture people.
Yeah.
You know.
Hasn't he been, like, kicked out without abilities a couple times?
Yes, and he goes to Star Trek. He goes to Picard. Like, Picard's like, what did I do to deserve this?
I upset somebody up there.
I mean, puts him on trial for crimes against humanity.
That's right, that was the first episode.
Oh,
they were supposed to represent all of humanity.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that in all he's not evil. He's just spoiled.
He's bored.
And he's bored. Yes, he's bored.
Which is the worst combination. You have a spoiled brat who's bored and has way too much power.
And then he gets that young girl who was Wesley's friend.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they were keeping a close eye on that.
Yeah, but she's at least got the maturity behind her. He's never had to have any sort of, like, structure. Like, he needed military academy.
Oh, I don't know.
Before powers.
Yeah, I mean...
Because if you have that before powers... Maybe you have some help. I mean, I know that there are people, like, who can become megalomaniacs even with that. But it might have at least given him some discipline. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Discipline.
But anyway, that we just kind of... We have our opinions about... Yeah, and we tend to like certain characters. People say, oh, they're horrible, evil characters. We're like, no... He's not really horrible evil.
Well, I also love it when you have the same actors between shows pop up. And they're unexpected. Like, I'm not too surprised that Daniel shows up in Sam's show.
That was nice.
I actually liked his character, and he had like 2 episodes. No, 1 episode.
I thought there were 2.
I can't remember now. With that one girl. Kind of a straight woman, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm saying it wrong, but someone
very serious.
Very serious. And he was very un-Daniel-like in that. But I wasn't too shocked, even though I liked seeing him in that. But things like, you watch Stargate and then suddenly Q's there. Things like that. and you know, watch other things. You're like, oh, that's so and so from there.
As long as it doesn't take you out of the story.
No.
Because you have to be able to get out of this, okay, here's this guy, he's playing this, okay, no. You know, and once you get over the initial thing with Michael Shanks or with the guy who plays Q, they're good enough actors that they can pull it off.
Right. Now, granted, they also made a reference to it for Jack. They
made a reference
to Macgyver.
Where?
In Stargate.
Right.
I mean, I think it's one of the first episodes.
Yeah,
Sam says something about. Sam said she had MacGyver something.
I know that.
So,
I didn't say who said it.
So they did make a reference back to, because he was so well known for that.
And that's actually in the dictionary, I think, MacGyver.
I think it is now. Yeah, because it's such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we went way off track. I'm pretty sure that I got myself into breathing too fast again. So,
all right. So we want to wish you all a very special, blessed week, full of knitting, crocheting, whatever it is that makes your heart happy. And we hope to see you next week for the Fun in the Woman Cave again. Next week, this is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 496, and that's a wrap.
Bye.